Women over 40 trying to lose weight, you may be wondering, should I be walking more or should I be lifting weights? Maybe you're getting your 10,000 steps in every day, and maybe you're spending 45 minutes on the treadmill and you're thinking, I'm doing all this cardio, but why isn't my body changing? In my last video, I told you that one of my biggest fitness mistakes was believing that cardio was the answer to everything. So today I want to explain what I wish somebody had told me back then. Walking is fantastic, but walking and strength training do two very different things for your body. And after 40, you need to understand why both matter. Hey Queen, I'm Veronica, certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. And I help women over 40 become healthier, stronger, and more confident through practical fitness and nutrition. If that's your goal, make sure you subscribe because every single week we'll be talking about fitness, nutrition, healthy aging, and living with vitality. All right, so let's settle the debate once and for all. Walking versus strength training. So walking is great, so please don't stop walking. I'm not saying that walking doesn't work. So like I said, please do not stop walking. Walking is one of the most simplest forms of exercise. It's highly accessible. It can help you increase your daily activity. It can help you support your cardiovascular health, improve your endurance, manage your stress, okay, and support your overall calorie expenditure. And it can help you stay active on days when you're not strength training. And unlike hard workouts, walking generally does not require a lot of recovery because somewhere in our minds, we think that if we're not dripping with sweat, we are not going to burn calories. And that is so far from the truth. I love walking because most people can incorporate it into everyday life. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need any fancy equipment. All you have to do is put your shoes on and get outside. Some other ways that you could incorporate walking into your everyday life is by parking further away, walking after dinner, taking the stairs, walking while you're talking on the phone. And whether you like to think about it or not, all those little increments of walking throughout the day, they actually will add up. But here's where we get into trouble. Walking is wonderful for movement and cardiovascular health, but we shouldn't expect walking to do everything. And that's where strength training comes in. Strength training does something that walking cannot. Walking moves your body. Strength training gives your body a reason to maintain and potentially build muscle. As we get older, maintaining muscle becomes increasingly important, and I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder. I'm talking about enough strength to do the following things. You want to be able to carry your groceries. You want to be able to climb stairs. You want to be able to pick up your grandchildren. You want to be able to play with them without getting a crick in your back. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, you want to be able to carry on this independence well into your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Resistance training challenges your muscles in a way that ordinary walking does not. And this is where I had to change my own thinking because I spent many years thinking about exercise mainly in terms of calories being burned. How much activity can I do to burn calories so that I could lose weight? But now I'm thinking about exercise in the terms of what am I building for my body in the future? Instead of thinking how many calories did I burn, I started asking myself, what did I do today to make my body stronger? That brings us to the question everybody clicked on this video to hear. Veronica, which one burns more fat? Here's where I want to clear up a big misconception. Your body doesn't choose one exercise and suddenly say, okay, we are going to use this exercise to burn off belly fat. It just does not happen this way. Fat loss ultimately depends heavily on your overall energy balance over time, while exercise supports the process in different ways. So let's discuss walking. Walking increases movement and uses energy while you're doing it. And if you become more active throughout the day, the activity can contribute to your overall calorie expenditure. When it comes to strength training, a strength training workout may or may not show a huge calorie number on your watch, but that's not the only reason that we're lifting. Strength training helps you preserve muscle while you're trying to lose weight. Maintaining muscle is especially valuable as we age. I want you choosing your workouts based on whichever one your watch says burned the most calories, because your fitness tracker is only giving you one piece of the information. It doesn't tell you how much stronger you're becoming, whether you're improving your balance, whether you're maintaining muscle, whether you're improving your ability to perform everyday activities. The bottom line is, for fat loss, nutrition still matters tremendously. Exercise supports the process, but you cannot out-exercise your eating habits. I'm sorry, there is some truth to what they say, that abs are made in the kitchen, whether you're trying to get abs or not. So instead of thinking walking versus weights, I want you to start thinking walking plus weights. All right, so let's talk about a combination that I would do if I was a midlife woman, which I am. So if a woman came to me that was 40 plus and said, Veronica, I just want to get healthy, I want to lose some fat, and I want to get stronger, where do I start? I would not tell her to walk 7 days a week and forget everything else, because that is not going to work. So a framework would look a little something like this. If you are a beginner to a medium, moderate person that exercises, I would start out with something that looks a little like this. I would do 2 to 3 days of strength training, and then all the other days I would do general movement. And what do I mean by that? I mean walking. I would do some type of walking on the treadmill, walking outside. I would do 1 to 2 days of intentional recovery, and that way you have your whole day made out. Okay, so you could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, strength training. Tuesday, Thursday would be some type of cardio. And then you could have Saturday and Sunday as your rest days. That is a great plan, a great framework for someone that wants to start losing some weight and not having to spend all dang day in the gym. And this is the reason why many women get turned off about working out, because they feel like you have to be in the gym all the time. But really what you need is a routine that you can consistently maintain. And that's especially important for women like me, for my clients, because they have careers, they have families, some of them still have businesses, some of them are retired, some have grandchildren they want to play with. And they have responsibilities, and most important of all, we have a life that we want to live. And your fitness plan needs to fit into your life. It does not need to take over your life. Talk about exercising just to burn calories. This was probably one of the biggest mindset shifts that I had to change in my own fitness journey, because I viewed exercise as a tool for when I ate too much, I needed to burn calories. When I went out over the weekend, I had to do an extra long workout. On Monday, I had to eat extra nutritious foods because I put my body through the ringer, and I had to make up for those things. So if we're always living in a deficit, we're always having to do more, and we're never going to catch up that way. And that is not the relationship that I want women to have with exercise. Instead, The relationship that I am helping women have with exercise is that you are building something within yourself. You're building strength, you're building endurance, you're building bone health, you're building balance, and most importantly of all, you are building confidence within yourself. And let's not forget independence. The independence of being able to take charge of your life and take charge of your autonomy, of how you look, you feel, and how you will attain this. Your workout isn't punishment for what you ate. It's preparation for the life you want to keep living. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, Veronica, I'm not doing any of these things right now, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Start where you are. You don't need to start with 7 workouts, 10,000 steps, heavy dumbbells, the perfect meal plan. Start small. Maybe this week you could start with 2 20-minute walks, 1 beginner strength workout, and next week add another session. Your first goal isn't to become perfect. Your goal is to become consistent. Once consistency becomes normal, then you can progress. So which one wins? Walking or strength training? Neither. Because they aren't competing. Walking supports your cardiovascular health, daily movement, and overall activity. Strength training helps you maintain muscle, build strength, and support the body you want to carry into your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And when you combine the two with good nutrition, adequate protein, proper recovery, and consistency, that's where the magic is going to happen. Queen, I'm not telling you to stop walking. I'm telling you to stop expecting walking to do the job that strength training was designed to do. Now I want to hear from you. Are you team walking or team weights? Or are you doing both? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're a woman over 40 who's ready to get stronger, healthier, and more confident, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are going to have a lot more conversations coming. And remember, midlife isn't the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of your strongest chapter. Until next time, keep choosing strength, keep nourishing your body, and keep living with vitality. I'll see you in the next video.